First batch, cob stomping. Well, second batch technically, because we made that first batch, we made the smaller bricks. Now we were instructed to make a 3 foot long by 2 foot wide by 2 foot high cob brick to see if the cob does well structurally. Because the smaller bricks were good.
Yeah.
So we just got to test it on a bigger scale now.
Yep, and we just took all 3 of those tests.
Yeah, what was left of the test that he had dug up. And you went and got a little bit more of the little bit further from the bank.
Yeah.
So now we're just mixing it in. This is what you call cob stomping. You want to do it more with your heels. Yep, there you go, sir. Doing a really good job, Rashawn. You're a pro by now.
Yep, got it from this hand.
Kind of roll it up on itself.
Burrito like.
In, whoops.
Fold it back over.
In best case scenario, we would like a skid steer.
Yeah.
To mix it in mass quantity, but right now this is what we got. So we're gonna do it with our feet. It actually, there are a lot of health benefits to cob stomping. Rashawn, do you want to tell them about that? It makes your feet feel really good if you, personally, I deal with like bad arch support. So like I have really flat feet, and when I cob stomp, it makes my feet feel so good afterwards. The tendons and the muscles get worked out, and it exfoliates. So we got really smooth feet, don't we, Rashawn?
Oh yeah.
So, do you think that's about right, or you want to keep mixing?
There's a little more sand, I don't know.
I think you might need to just put a little bit more straw in.
It's sand, but I mean straw.
Yeah.
Always mix it up.
And this is kind of one of those things, like you just got to test it out for yourself and figure out what works best for you and your soil. Because you basically measure with your heart, you know. How my mom does with cooking, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we do with cob. We just kind of measure with our heart. Till you get a feel for it. You can watch all the videos in the world until you get a feel for it and actually do it yourself. You really don't know what's going to be the right consistency and that you want. So we're just going to keep mixing until that straw is nice incorporated. See how there's hardly any on the bottom? So we're going to try to get that all mixed in, incorporated in. It takes a lot of work. It's how hard would you say that is?
This is about 6 out of 10 probably right now.
6 out of 10.
After doing it for like 5 minutes.
Anyone can do it.
Anybody can do it.
It just might take you, if you can't lift a lot, you might want to like do a smaller batch than we did.
Yeah, 6 out of 10 after about 5 minutes, but when you first start off, it's about 2. 2 out of 10 for difficulty.
Do you want to show them how you pulled the tarp and how Joy taught us?
Yeah.
Joy taught us pull it back on itself instead of like trying to lift it up and push it. It just helps it actually work with itself instead of against, like you're doing all the heavy lifting. So it actually helps the cob do a lot of the work.
That's good.
Whoop, there's a big old chunk of straw there. So just when you think it's good, then you gotta get back in there and mix some more. So now we previously mixed up the sand and the clay and the water. So what you're seeing is just the part where we added the straw. So we've been doing this for a little while longer than what you're seeing us do now. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a burrito. Call it the cob burrito.
That's good.
So now we're going to start just pick up pieces, and you honestly probably could put that whole thing, but it's whatever you can do. It's if If you can only take pieces at a time, take pieces at a time. And show them how you splat it on there. Just kind of splat it on there. You want it overhanging so that you can come across later and cut off the edges. And we are doing free form. You see how he's kind of smoothing it out there? You want to kind of get in there and kind of work it down so it can form in on itself, kind of smear it. And then your fingerprints will create grooves for the next batch that you put on there. So that little bit of overhang, just make sure that you can come back through and saw it off later. So, and really in reality, we probably should have started at this edge here,
Yeah.
but it'll be okay. It'll be okay.